Just let me know when you're recording.
It's recording now.
Oh, lovely. Cool.
Okay.
So I'm not allowed to say fucking bugger. That's lovely.
I'll take out any slurs that you do. Now shut up and you get into character.
Okay.
Hello, volunteer. Please state your name for the recording. If you have not consented for your name being used, please tell me a new name that I can refer to you as.
Can't remember if I consented to that or not. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Josh.
Hello, Josh. My name is Dr. Doe, Jane Doe. I will be taking care of you this evening. Welcome to the P.I.E project. P.I.E stands for Phobia Informational Experiment. We at Some More Testing thank you for your sacrifice of your time and your ears. The P.I.E project will be testing your reactions and fears, so please react to each situation honestly and truthfully. I must remind you of our pausing policy. If you wish to pause the experiment at any time, please say or write the word traffic light. Once this word is shown, I will pause and ask you how you would like to proceed. If the experiment needs to come to an end, please do not feel as if you have to continue if you do not want to. I must also remind you of our participation policy. Engagement is welcome, and you are encouraged to respond, interrupt, and ask questions at any time. While each call has a set structure, there are no rules to how the experiment will go, as we value free will. Human error is allowed, and you do not have to abide by our rules. Do you have any questions before we begin?
No.
Wonderful. That sound means that your time has begun. We will recount a series of personal statements to you. These statements have options intertwined through them. Please choose each option wisely. Your answers may change the course of the experiment, but do remember that we are under limited time. Some More Testing takes human nature and free will very seriously. Here are your first 3 options. What would you like to choose? A house filled with doors, a hall filled with mirrors, a waiting room filled with eyes.
Hall filled with mirrors.
Please close your eyes and focus on my voice. The voice within your ears that crawls into your brain and makes the world say as I say it is. And as I weave my web and tell my stories, the story does not become fake, but it becomes real. Say the word, and I will make the tale. You have chosen... Sorry?
No, you're good.
You have chosen a hole of mirrors. You blink and rub your eyes. What were you doing? You look around to see your bathroom, with your reflection staring back at you. Ah, yes, you remember now. You wipe your face and poke your cheeks and try to gauge if you are ready to take on the day. As you lean closer into the mirror, you deeply stare into your own eyes. As you notice, you can see that your pupil tends to dilate and grow with your movements. Watching it move with such little control from you sends a slight shiver down your spine. Would you like to stare deeply into your own eyes, or would you like to leave?
Stare deeply into my own eyes.
You have chosen to stare. Your eyes blur as you lean closely into the mirror. Eyes are such a strange thing, aren't they? Some say they are windows to the soul, a gateway to all the secrets that one might be hiding. And as you stare, you feel a strange sensation of helplessness, of losing a sense of control. Suddenly, your fingers move, but it's not your own. It's the reflection's. It lifts up your eye and yanks upon its skin, pulling up a pink underbelly of your eyelid. You stumble back in surprise. Your reflection smiles with teeth that do not look like your own, and softly takes your arm. This feeling is familiar, the warm touch of your own skin. It causes you to freeze, giving no resistance to being pulled into the mirror. Glassy hands hold you in place on the other side, and it's cold here. The glass is sharp, pressing against your skin, and as you stare out into the world you once knew, they stare back at you, still holding onto your wrists. They look frightened. They are trying to mimic your movements and facial expressions. as if trying to learn your habits. Their eyes dart around the new space like a kitten in a new home, and as you watch them gain confidence to walk down the hallway, stumbling and tripping over their own feet, you become more amused than frightened. They won't last very long out there. You won't have to wait in here very long. Surely they'll be back. They can't handle the world like you can. End of personal statement. How did the statement make you feel?
Well, bold of the statement to assume that I can handle myself. Yeah, I don't know. Fine, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would you rate it from a 1 to a 10?
On like a scariness level?
It is up to you.
I don't know. I'm gonna do it on a scariness level. I'm gonna put it at about a 5, I think. I think
All right.
half is like good, yeah.
Do you have any questions about the content?
Not presently, no.
Do you ever get a strange feeling when staring into mirrors?
Yeah, I guess so, sometimes.
At night, when you walk through the moon-bathed halls of your own home, do you ever stare into the dark mirrors and wonder what the darkness might show you? Do you ever fear that it might not be yourself?
Oh, yeah. It's like when you in the shower and close your eyes and you think that like something's like outside like waiting for you
Hmm.
and you have to like quickly like open your eyes to double check even though it's absolutely fine. It's just that weird sort of feeling of like I can't see properly in this situation, so I don't know what's gonna fucking happen. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to curse. That's fine.
It's all right.
It's better.
Alrighty. Thank you for your input. Would you like to return to the questions?
Yeah.
All right. There is still a house without doors and a waiting room filled with eyes left.
Okay. Let's go for the house.
A house without doors?
Hmm.
All right. Personal statement begins. You awaken in a room lying on the floor. The surface is cold and hard, and as you push yourself onto your feet, the wood beneath you scratches into the palms of your hand, sharp splinters that itch and twitch with a slight pain. Your eyes dart around the familiar room. Is this your room? It must be, but it seems wrong. Where would you like to go? The sitting room or the garden? I do want to remind you that you also do not have to listen to my rules.
Okay. I want to go to the garden though. Sounds nice.
All right. You walk out of the archway, which you think must have been a door at some point, as the walls show signs of damage and carelessly broken wood. The hall you walk down is musky, a faint smell of mold hitting your nostrils as you travel down, ignoring many rooms and all with similar damage to the one that you woke up in. Your steps begin to echo. You turn back to look down the hall. How long have you been walking? How far away is the room you started in? If you were to turn back, would you be able to recognize which one it was? Could you tell the difference between the others? That doesn't matter now. I assure you that if we continue to walk, we will find an exit. Do you trust me, Josh?
No, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Ah, I'm so hurt. Your feet hit wet grass. When did you leave the house? You turn to see a long hallway that simply ends. Now you stand beyond it. Are you free? No, of course you aren't. You never were. A house without doors cannot be left as much as it cannot be entered. Press your hand against the sky and feel the rough concrete and old paint carelessly splattered upon it to simulate what one might call a sky. But it is a lie. The sky does not move and the clouds are stuck within their shape. The light that one must have thought had come from a bright and yellow sun is actually clumsily painted with triangles and shades of orange. You can hear the harsh artificial buzz of the light above you. It blinks. It blinks from time to time, casting you into darkness. but only for a short moment. What is this place, this man-made dollhouse of horrors? Are you alone here? You can't be, but the walls show no signs of windows, and the corners are bare. There are no signs of cameras. Someone will come for me. Someone will check. Clearly, I was put here for a reason. Soon they will come and they will see I have won, and I will be set free. I simply have to wait. End of personal statement. How did the content make you feel?
It was a bit creepy. It was a bit creepy, yeah. I don't know. I think I was just sort of like quite curious about like what's gonna happen next and like what's going on and what's up. But it was a bit sort of like, yeah, it was a bit creepy.
How would you rate the content from a 1 to a 10?
I would put it at I think I'd be a little bit pedantic and say like a 6.5.
Have you ever opened a door that leads to nowhere?
Yes, I have actually. Well, it didn't lead to nowhere, but it was sort of like you can't use the door. It's just I at my one of my old houses, we had a door, like a window door in our kitchen, but our kitchen was a full story above the ground, so you couldn't use the door. It would have just led to the concrete below. Like you couldn't step out or anything. There was just no reason for it to be there.
Scary.
Very weird.
Have you ever heard scratching behind a wooden door? Have you ever feared that perhaps it is not your household pet? Have you ever wondered that if you open the door after hearing the scratching, that it will be something else behind it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Thank you. There is one last place that you have not explored, the waiting room filled with eyes. Would you like to see?
Yep. Go.
The waiting room. If you want to wait, I will let you, Jane says. Just be warned that the room is quite sticky, and as you walk away from her and through the door, you understand what she means. This carpet is disgusting. You look around at the waiting room to see a small cast of characters, but as you try to look upon their faces, a sudden glimpse of awkward eye contact causes you to squirrel away, finding the nearest seat. As you tap your foot and listen to the loud tick, 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 you wonder why you are here. Why it is suddenly so hard for you to remember. I came here for my appointment. I was greeted by a less than friendly front desk lady, and now I sit here. But why did I book it? Am I sick? I must be. You try to look around at the people once more. You notice that one of them isn't sitting quite right. Their bones are oddly shaped and their face is slightly contorted. As you stare upon them, their head snaps inhumanly to meet your gaze. Quickly your eyes dart away to another, a girl with strange holes upon her cheeks and lips, and as you stare you see something crawling between the hollow holes. You find yourself shuffling back in fear of being infested by whatever resides inside of her. Is this why you're here? Is something wrong with you in some way? Why else would you be here sitting? But as you look upon your own body, you see that you are fine. Your eyes are in your face, your teeth within your mouth, and your blood within your veins. You are healthy. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be taking up Dr. Doe's time. Clearly, these people need her more than you do. Would you like to leave, or do you want to sit and wait?
Sit and wait.
You have chosen to sit and wait. You stare at your hands in the waiting room. It is far too hot in here. There's a slight amount of sweat. You try to tap your foot but find that the sticky ground refuses to let you move. Doe keeps calling people into her office. One after another, you notice they do not come back out. They simply enter and then never leave. Would you like to talk to some of the people or continue to wait?
I can mind my own business. I'm going to keep waiting.
You feel a slight amount of dread, wondering how much time has gone by, and wondering exactly where these people have gone. Are they all simply waiting inside of Doe's office? As these thoughts run through your head, your mind, you look back up to find that there is no one left in the room. You blink and try to stand, but find that it's hard to move your feet. You try to pull upon your leg, but they don't seem to move. But as you look down, you find that the carpet around your foot looks strange. It has grown bigger, as if the fibers of the fabric have grown to reach upon your foot. As you try to pull, you find that you are fused to the sticky and gloopy carpet, slowly engulfing into your skin, and soon they return the favor and try to pull you down into the gloop of the carpet. To your horror, you begin to sink into the foul-smelling carpet, the harsh blinks of the floor. The floor begins to consume you. Her eyes land upon you as you sink further and further. What a shame, she remarks, as she simply turns and closes the door to her office. You can see the name tag that was nailed into it clatter upon the wood, and as you sink into nothingness, you wonder if there was something you could have done differently. Statement ends. How did the experience make you feel?
God. I don't know. I don't know. I was sort of like, at first I was like, yeah, let's just play the game. Let's like wait it out. Let's sit and wait and see what happens. And then I was sort of like, oh, no, of course some weird shit's gonna happen to me. Like, absolutely. And then I was like, cool, this is my fate now. this thing has happened to me, and this is just how it is. And sure, like, absolutely, I'm just being eaten. Lovely. Love that.
You are very
Yeah.
fast to accept things, aren't you?
Well, it's like, listen, you were like, you look at yourself and everything's fine. It's like, no, there for like a checkup for something, you know what I mean? Like, let's wait it out. Clearly I'm there for good reason. So let's wait it out. Let's see what happens. But no, I just died, I guess. And that's fine.
Sometimes our simulations are unstable. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Okay.
How would you rate your experience from a 1 to a 10?
I'd put that as a 7 on the creepiness scale.
Have you ever made eye contact with someone who did not seem human? Was something off about them? Was there something you couldn't quite place?
I've made eye contact with things that aren't human, like animals and stuff. But like a person,
Specifically a
sort of
person.
thought was like, oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess so, in the sense of like me referring to them as not being human, purely in the sense of like what's wrong with you? Like, you're being weird in some way. Being me like, that's not normal. And then making eye contact and being like, oh shit, like they've seen me. I need to hide.
Do you think I am human?
No.
Do you have any questions about the content?
Oh, I don't.
And so that concludes the P.I.E experiment. Do you have any questions about Timor testing?
I don't. No.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh.
Allow me to give you a big thank you from us at Timor Testing. Your results will be vital into our investigation of humans and how they work. Please do keep yourself safe now. We may call upon you at a different time. Goodbye now. But
But I was like, what? Is she just gonna leave me?
that's
Hello?
the end. No, I'm back.
Listen,
Yeah.
no, that was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I honestly, like last week when you were like, oh, by the way, like just let me know when you're free for this. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I've signed up to do this horrible, like scary thing that Ella's planned. I was like, oh fuck, I have to like prepare myself mentally for this. And then we got it, and it wasn't like scary, but it was like creepy, and it invoked
Yeah.
a lot of like curiosity, which I actually really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I went for a more subtle terror kind of feel.
Yeah, yeah. I like that just like it's the storytelling that makes people think. You don't have to give them all the details, but it's sort of like let them fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
I like that. It was good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh my god! And when we were the one in the waiting room, the last one, and you're like, "Do you want to leave or do you want to wait?" I was like, "Oh wait," and then you paused for like a good 20 seconds. I was like, "Oh, Ella's fully gonna leave me here for 5 minutes in silence."
What
Like
if I
that.
did?
I genuinely was like, "This is what I've signed up for." I'm gonna be sitting here for like 20 minutes in silence, just waiting it out.
That would be really fucking funny, but no,
That'd be
that was just me
that would
frantically
be
trying to
so
find my notes
funny.
because like I've got like a color coding system to like
Yeah.
see where like if people choose certain things. But for some reason
Yeah.
my computer was being all weird and it took me a while to find it.
Yeah, I know.
But it
that's
would be
okay.
really fucking funny if I did just leave you in
fine.
silence.
I genuinely believed you were gonna do that to me. Oh,
That's not a
God.
bad idea.
Yeah, because it's great. Because you're in a fucking waiting room for like an appointment.
Yeah.
That's why I was like. That's why I was like. Because I was trying to do it like how to do it in like real life. I'm not gonna fucking talk to other people. And if I'm there for a reason. So I'm gonna sit and wait. You know what I mean? Like that was my plan, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, the way I tried to write these is like a very dream core aesthetic kind of thing where like nothing really makes sense and things just kind of happen. So yeah.
That's fine. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It was actually really fun.